Hello friends, in this video we will learn about relaxation time and mean free path. Now we have already learned in the last video about the electron drift and the drift velocity. So they are applicable when electric field is not equal to 0. That means if some external electric field is applied onto the metal. And suppose if we apply an electric field onto a metal, then we know the electron will slowly increase its velocity and will acquire a drift velocity Vd. The velocity will not exceed that velocity even though there is an accelerating force is acting on the system, because a retarding force or a reaction force Fr will also be acting when the velocity rises. So in a stable state, when an electric field is applied, the electron will be moving with a drift velocity Vd along the opposite direction of applied electric field. If this is the electric field direction, then the electrons will be drifting in the opposite direction with a constant velocity, drift velocity, as long as the electric field is constant. Now suppose if under this stable condition we are switching off this electric field, what will happen then? The electrons are already moving with a drift velocity Vd, which is higher than the normal velocity 0. Now if electric field is switched off, then the directional motion of electrons will now slowly decrease, because the electrons will be undergoing collisions with phonons, impurities, crystal imperfections, etc. And the velocity that it has acquired due to external applied electric field will slowly decrease. Now let us write the equation of motion for E equal to 0. So if V equal to 0, then we have already stated that the total force acting is accelerating force plus the reaction force Fr, that is m into dvd by dt, dvd of t by dt is equal to EE minus mvd by 2. Now we have switched off this electric field and we want to know about the value of Vd under that condition. So what will happen if E equal to 0? If E equal to 0, then the equation of motion will be m into dvd by dt is equal to minus m into Vd by 2. This Vd is now not constant, it will be dependent on time, because it will be continuously decreasing after electric field is switched off. M will cancel out on both sides. Now can you formulate one equation for Vd based on this equation? We know surely Vd will depend on time. So let me quickly solve this equation. dvd of t by Vd of t is equal to minus dt by 2. Integrating both sides. What is integral dx by x? It is equal to log x. So log Vd of t is equal to integral dt is just t minus t by 2 plus a constant. Now to find the constant, we should apply a limiting condition, and we know at t equal to 0, the drift velocity was a constant velocity Vd. So when t equal to 0, Vd of t is maximum, which is Vd. So applying that condition, we have log Vd equal to 0 plus c. That means c is log Vd. So rewriting the equation, minus log Vd of t equal to minus t by 2 plus log Vd. So here is no negative sign here. It is plus log Vd of t. Now bringing log Vd to the other side, log Vd of t minus log Vd, which can be written as by Vd, equal to minus t by 2, and taking exponential, Vd of t will be equal to Vd into exponential minus t by 2. So I have simply solved this equation for your more understanding. You can just skip this part. So solving that equation, we can get this equation of Vd of t. So after electric field is switched off, the drift velocity, which was constant initially, will decrease exponentially with time as given in this equation. So from this equation, we can understand the concept about tau. So tau characterizes the rate at which the equilibrium state of a system is reached. So what will happen when t equal to tau? When t equal to tau, we know Vd of t will be Vd into e raised to minus tau by 2, that is Vd by e. So we can define the tau or the relaxation time as the time required for the drift velocity to decrease to 1 by e of its value after the electric field is switched off. Normally for pure metals, this tau is of the order of 10 raised to minus 14 seconds. So that quickly, when electric field is switched off, the electron will be losing its velocity. Now let us also quickly understand about the concept of mean free path. We have already got a broad understanding about the motion of electrons within a crystal. Under free electron theory, we assume that electrons are moving freely within a metal, but even then, the electrons will be undergoing numerous collisions with imperfections, impurities, etc. within a crystal. So when an electron is moving in a straight line, after some length is traversed, it will surely undergo one collision. An electron cannot propagate completely in one direction up to infinity. Somewhere it will undergo a collision. So plenty of collisions are happening within the metal lattice, and each electron can travel up to a certain average distance before it is undergoing a collision. So that distance is given by the term mean free path or lambda. So lambda is the mean free path, and it is the average distance that the electrons travel between two successive collisions. So if after one collision the electron starts to move in a straight line, then the next collision will happen if the electron travel a distance lambda. Mean free path is the average distance that an electron can travel in a straight line without getting a collision. Now let us relate these terms, tau and lambda. What is the relation between these terms? We know tau is the time required for relaxation, time required for the velocity to decrease up to Vd by e by a sufficient value. Now suppose n collisions are required for the relaxation of an electron. That means an electron, after undergoing 1, 2 or 3 up to n collision, after n collision the electron will be losing its velocity. And if n collision correspond to the relaxation time tau, and we know if the mean free path is given by lambda, lambda is the distance traveled by an electron between two collisions, and if the average velocity of the electron is v bar, then the time required for one collision is lambda by v bar, right? V bar is the velocity, lambda is the distance traveled between a collision. So lambda by v bar correspond to time for one collision. So if n collisions are required to cool off an electron, if n collisions are required to relax an electron, then n into lambda by v bar will imply the relaxation time tau. So I will explain once again. If lambda is the mean free path, that means the distance traveled by an electron without getting a collision, or the distance between two successive collisions. Then v bar is the average velocity. V bar is not drift velocity. We have to consider thermal velocity also while considering collisions. So v bar is the average velocity. Then lambda by v bar is the time for one collision. N is the number of collisions required for the complete relaxation of an electron. Then lambda by v bar is one time for one collision. Multiply by n gives the total time for relaxation, and that will be equal to the relaxation time too. So in this session, we have broadly understood about the concept of drift velocity, then from that the relaxation time too, and finally the mean free path and its mutual relation. Hope you have understood the portions. Thank you.